So you think you know who we are. We recently put out a poll on our channel asking people for some questions for this video. I'm going to try to answer those questions and hopefully you can learn a little bit about us.
So there's some personal questions, there's professional questions, there's channel questions, so there's a little bit of everything. But the last question at the end is probably the best question we've ever gotten. So we'll save that for the end, but let's jump right into it. A lot of you have been unknowingly unsubscribed as you've been telling us. So a quick reminder, just double check that you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. So let's get into number one. This is Andy Johnson. Andy, thank you for giving us a question. And it says, what do you feel will be your biggest challenge once Izzy retires and you are on the road more? So
that's a really good question. We actually had to think about that one a little. That's an excellent question. Thank you for sending that one out.
Izzy retires July, well, your last day of work is July 31st, 2025. So at the time of this video coming out, we're under 11 months now. And at the Hershey show will be 10.5 months. And at the Tampa show will be 6.5 months. Yeah.
She's counting more than I am.
Oh, I am. I can't wait. What do you think will be the biggest challenge? Now, we've talked about this multiple times. When we're out on the RV, even though we've been going a lot more, we're still in vacation mode. And I think the shift from vacation mode to living mode in terms of our eating, in terms of working out. And when we go out for vacation, we tend to eat a little bit differently than we do at home or if we were living for 2 months on the RV.
Yeah, just routine in general. And I think that's something that we would have to stick with to try to be productive. So getting up at a certain time, just getting things done. We're very regimented currently. We have to be for time management. But once you retire, you have a lot more time. And then we've had people tell us this, right? Oh, well, when you retire, everything goes a little bit slower. Maybe, but I think that's going to be the biggest challenge, like adjusting and making sure that we still manage our time. Question number 2 is, where do you get this awesome shirt? Not really, but if you want this awesome shirt, you can go to our ERV merch store. We have this, hoodies, windbreakers, all different ones. We sell a lot of these and a lot of comment on them. We'll put the link down below. But here's the real question number 2 from Laura Latchin Stepro. I hope I'm saying that right. What is the brand of tire covers you use and where did you purchase them from? I don't even know the brand, to be completely transparent.
We've had these a long time.
We've had these a really long time. They're just reflective RV tire covers that we got on Amazon. So I'll go back and see when we purchased them. We'll put the link down below. Just make sure these are size specific. So what we have may not be exactly what you need because they come in different sizes. Third question from Super C Chow Adventures, which we met, I believe, at the Philly show.
Yeah.
So thank you for writing in. The question is, when you aren't traveling, do you Stay, sorry. Did you write that wrong?
No, I think I just copied it.
Did you stay plugged in all the time? Also, what temperature do you keep the inside of the rig if you're parked at home? He keeps it at 80, but he wanted to know what we do because he doesn't want to burn out his AC prematurely. The first part of that question, yes, we're plugged in. 50 amp goes to MJ's Tesla. It used to go here, but we're just on stationary, so we keep 30 amp. We're always plugged in. Now, to answer your question, just kind of walk with me. We don't keep the AC on. Now, this would really be dependent where you live. Even though we're up in New Jersey and it gets hot, where we live particularly, it rarely breaks 90 degrees in this location. Even when it's super hot somewhere else.
A lot of tree coverage.
I can't even, probably this amount of times that it's actually broken 90 where we live.
Yeah.
So we don't keep the AC running. But what we do all the time is we keep the dehumidifier running. And here's why. It's time to dump it already. So I dumped this yesterday night, and I just want to show you. We've done this in other videos, but and it really hasn't been that humid out.
Yeah.
Per se. It's been kind of cool in the morning, but we do keep a dehumidifier running. This is the particular one. It's in Amazon Basics. We'll put the link below. We'll keep it at about 35% in here. And believe it or not, it does pull out a lot of moisture out of the air.
Next question comes from Chris Beaver, and Chris says, why Tennessee? So if you watch us regularly, you know that we are really focusing in on moving to Tennessee. So once Izzy is done next summer, we are immediately leaving 2 weeks later to go search in Tennessee on a long road trip and start checking out all different places and seeing where we might land up and get a sticks and bricks. We are going to be most time RVers, but we like our sticks and bricks. So why Tennessee? Number one, there's a bunch of reasons. We've been there now about 4 times, I think. 4 times. Every time we go, we love it more and more. We love the people. We love the culture. The geographical location is wonderful. You can get to so many different places easily. airports.
One huge one for me is the tax advantages. So New Jersey has the highest property taxes in the country by far. Just leaving New Jersey, we would probably save about $11,000 a year just in property tax.
Right.
No personal income tax. That's several more $1,000s a year. The tolls, just everything up here is super expensive.
Yeah.
Just for example, I actually had to go into my Easy Pass because I couldn't believe it. I started getting charged, like the Easy Pass refresh. If you're not familiar with Easy Pass, it's like the automated toll that's in New Jersey, a lot of parts of the country. To drive our motorhome down the turnpike, and it wasn't the full size of the turnpike, it was from Newark Airport to the Delaware Memorial Bridge, it was $47. I was like, what?
Yeah, where did this come from?
We love growing up in New Jersey. Unfortunately, the state has just changed a lot, and it's just time to go for us. We're not 100% settled on Tennessee, but it's high up on the list.
We like Alabama too.
Yep.
We like the Carolinas. There's this, and we're flexible too. Again, depending on where Jason winds up also once he's out of college, there's a lot of toss-ups, but Tennessee really seems to be in the lead right now. Next question is from Missouri Travelers. Now they comment a lot. We see your questions and we appreciate it. And they asked, what editing software did you start with?
So start with was iMovie because I didn't know anything, like nothing about video. I really still don't know that much about it. But we currently use, when I edit, Filmora. It's super friendly. I messed around with Final Cut Pro. I can do a couple things in there. iMovie was originally where we started with. So I think there's a follow-up question.
Now there's somebody else left a question when they saw Missouri Travelers question, and it's from Gators Rock 0219. They said, I like Missouri Travelers question. Can you give us a behind the scenes of how you record and edit your videos? Now, in terms
this has evolved over time.
For recording our videos, first of all, if we're home, like right now we're home, we're going to do a couple videos. Most of our videos this season have been on the road. So we record them. I mean, how do you record? We record, first of all, whenever we get time. We set time in our schedule. When we're on vacation, we always set time. We're going to do this video here, this video there. We definitely have a schedule when we can fit things in. And then we decide where we want to record, right? We try to change it up. We go to different places in the campgrounds, or, if we're near a beach, we may go on the beach, whatever. We try to keep it interesting. In terms of editing, Izzy edited the videos for a number of years, couple years. And then we got to the point, like right after COVID, where we started pumping out sometimes 3 to 6 videos a week. So where we were doing a lot of
long form.
There is no way possible with 2 full-time jobs that editing can happen in order to keep up the demand of those videos. So then we did start outsourcing. So we outsource some of our editing. Izzy does some of it still. So it's kind of, split responsibility.
Now, if your question was about hardware, like how we video, so that kind of evolved. We used to, like most creators, you start with the big giant camera because that's what you need. And then you realize it's really heavy. And then we went to a GoPro, which was great. And the last year or so, we've been using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, game changer.
Amazing.
This is the best camera I've ever had.
Easy.
I've actually talked about selling our big Sony camera because this does it all.
Yeah.
Everything you see in 4K right now, I'll move it around. It's steady. It's a great camera. And
in low light, it's unlike any other camera we've used.
And I can carry this camera with 1 backup SD card and 3 backup batteries in a cargo pocket.
Yep.
And you don't even feel it. So we'll put that information down below if you're interested in it. But it's really not about the recording software or the editing software, recording hardware. It's just we try to bring things that are going to interest people. That's what's really the most important.
Next question. These are great questions, guys, by the way. Thank you so much for those of you that sent them in. Ohio Class Camper says, everybody does videos on campgrounds, RV gadgets, upgrades, and the downside of RVs. My question is, what is your favorite part of RVing? The destination, the food, or just getting away from home while still feeling at home? This is a question only for a non-full-timer. Thanks, love, positive content. I think all of the above.
Yeah, I would say it checks off all the above. Time with family, meeting people, that's a big one. Meeting new people, we made some great friends. From the channel, I think the channel's really helped us, but just fellow RVers, actually our neighbors, I'll just turn it around. So we have our neighborhood, this is what I'm going to miss probably the most when we move. Our neighbors are the best, and they're probably watching because I know they're subscribers to our channel. We're the first one with the RV here, and then our neighbor down the block, he just got a trailer, and then our neighbor across the street has a fifth wheel,
So we
and
know
their brother has, who doesn't live here also. So maybe we
like
had an influence. I don't know.
it's a little cul-de-sac right here, so it's just not a
awesome.
lot of houses, but everybody's cool. And yeah, now everybody's hopping on the RV train, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, so just the RV community is great, and
Yeah.
I know I like just kind of the mechanical portion of it, like how it's pretty amazing. And people complain about RVs breaking all the time, and they do, but they are amazing pieces of machinery. Just to think about the technology that goes into them, like we have a home on wheels. It's pretty awesome and fascinating when you really think about it.
The next one comes from one of our ERV insiders. Thank you, Jim Gill. And Jim said, how do you figure out where you want to camp and what resources do you use to research the campground? So how we figure out where we want to camp is we usually have ideas of either where we're headed, or if it's a vacation spot, we kind of discuss different places where we haven't been. What do we have time for? Right, next year we won't have to worry about the time thing at all. But now that always comes into play. So in how do we find those campgrounds in these areas that we're looking is a number of ways. We did a video on Adventure Genie on our channel. Adventure Genie is one. Google. I use Facebook groups a lot. I will search.
People have been there.
Right. If I find something on Adventure Genie or Google or whatever, I will go in the Facebook groups and search for those campgrounds and see what people have to say about them.
Another resource that is going to be extremely popular is ChatGPT, and that's AI, right? It's a Microsoft system and pretty good.
Well, I searched down the Jersey Shore, find 10 campgrounds near whatever, this was a while ago, and bam, immediate. So yes, chat and AI and things like the AI's Adventure Genie is based off AI. So there's a lot of things that we use. There's not one tool, but we just kind of put everything together.
And what we do try to do is if we go to a same place a couple of times, we try to do different campgrounds so we can get content out of it and just learn more about the area.
Next question comes from Darcy Rose, and Darcy says, will you be hosting a meet and greet at the Hershey show? We are coming from Utah and would love to say hi. So the cool thing about the Hershey show this year, they're actually doing organized meet and greets the way Tampa has done for the last 2 years, I believe. So we would usually do them because we like to get to chat with you guys and everything, but there was no organized meetup. Well, now Hershey's doing it. So yes, we're doing one. It'll be Thursday, September 12th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And that will be held in the press room on the rink level. So come by, grab a sticker, say hi, let's get a picture. We love meeting you guys.
The next question is from JDC212. It's a question, well, it's part statement, part question. My least favorite areas to drive are highways north of Pennsylvania, your home region. Are you looking forward to retirement and heading west? Yes, absolutely, because we just need the time to get out there. I'm not Ellie, been thinking of switching to a short shotgun for RV defense rather than dealing with the inconsistent handgun laws.
Ellie, meaning law enforcement, if people don't know.
Your thoughts? I don't really like to give advice on this. Long guns are great. Handguns have their purpose also. The only issue that I have, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a shotgun, but the disadvantage is you can't carry a shotgun outside of your motorhome, right? If you were going to carry one firearm, I would carry a pistol. Now, that's not to say a pistol's going to outperform a shotgun. That would be a secondary. But if it was one choice, just because it's more versatile, you can carry it everywhere. So that's just my opinion.
And if you would like to see one or more of our firearms videos, we'll link one above.
Also, he talked about the laws. You still have to be careful with the long gun laws also, especially like in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts. It doesn't mean because you have a long gun, you can carry it in your RV.
This next one, it's a bit of a long one, but I'm going to read it really fast. It's from Mark Cradafil. Sorry, Mark, if I destroyed your name. My question is for MJ regarding her time at NRVTA a couple years ago. MJ, now the time has passed since you became a certified RV inspector through NRVTA. Do you still find that time, money to have been well spent? What are you doing with your inspection certification these days? I took the home study through NRVTA, found the mix of information and presentation to be well balanced. The exam was not difficult, and now I have the certificate of achievement. Now, here's the second part. Shortly after that, I purchased the online course through RVTI for inspection and level 1 repair. It's much more intensive, which is a good thing. However, some of the material is dated. Have you considered this course as well? If not, why? I haven't. We haven't looked into the RVTI program, so I can't speak for them. But the NRVTA, you said, did I feel the time and money was well spent? If my life were different at this point, yes. Life is extremely busy, and I don't think I realized how much time it was going to take me to start the inspection business. I think it's a wonderful venture for somebody that has the time to do it. It's something we may do in the future, but right now, between our full-time jobs and our son, who is now at college, and YouTube, there's pretty much not a minute in the schedule for flexibility, but I think it's a good program for people. I would highly recommend, if you're going to do the inspector, I would also do the tech program as well. That would be my recommendation.
Or do the tech program.
Or just do the tech,
Yeah, to choose
whatever.
one or the
Yeah,
other.
because, you know, in times of RV sales, slipping and things like that, inspection might be tough. There's always, always, always work to be fixed and work to do on RVs. So either one is fine, but if you're going to do inspection, I would do the double. That would be my recommendation. Okay, the last question. I told you this is the best one we've ever gotten. I'm not going to tell you who wrote it until I'm finished reading it. So it said, "Who's that good-looking guy, Tom Northam, in one of your latest videos? LOL." I wonder who wrote that. Tom Northam is one of our ERV insiders and one of our very, very good friends.
One of our original
subscribers. And we met Tom at our meetup back in 2021, and he and his wife Missy are just delightful. If you watch us a lot, you've probably seen Tom and Missy in the comments. That was a hilarious. That's like the best question we ever got. But yes, who's that good-looking guy? That is Tom, and we love Tom and Missy, and we'll actually be featuring them in an upcoming video.
Yes, fellow Newmar owners.
Yes.
And Liquid Spring owners.
Yeah, so we love those guys. But guys, all of you that sent in questions, we love doing this because a lot of times we can't answer every question in the comments because we get a lot and it can be overwhelming. So we like to do this once in a while to just kind of answer your questions that are burning.
So in the comments below, let us know any other questions you may have. And if you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV vlogs playlist. We'll put our RV newbies playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime. And we'll see you on the road.